In the second part of this series, I'm going to show you how to do the research for the article, and this was the research for the contents of the article that I did last time. I'm going to just make that into a working heading. I will change that and make a different heading when the time is right, but this is the basic structure of my article. I want to talk about what capsaicin is and then its role in possibly helping with these diseases and discuss that. Now, I could do the research in the internal browser in Web Content Studio, but I'm going to use an external browser. I'm going to use Google Chrome. I'm going to use a feature of Web Content Studio called the grabber, and basically anything I copy will be pasted into this scratch pad. So, for example, I want to transfer this information to the scratch pad, so I'm going to just copy it, and if I go back, you'll see it's already been pasted in because it pastes in everything that I copy. Now, I'm going to just put word wrap on there, and the first part I want to research is on what is capsaicin. So I'm going to just open up my Google Chrome browser, and if I go to Google and do a search for what is capsaicin, I then have just opened up a few of the articles that have what is capsaicin in the title, and you can see I've got those tabs open across the top here. I'm going to go and have a look at those in a minute. First thing, I'm going to just grab that because that's the chemical formula for capsaicin. If we go back to my Web Content Studio, you can see that that information has now been pasted in. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to go through, I'm going to have a look at the information on these pages, and I'm going to copy anything that I find interesting, and they will be added to my notes. All I need to do is make sure my mouse cursor is pressed wherever in the right section where I want to add the notes to. Go across and let's have a look. Capsaicin is the chemical in chili peppers that makes them spicy. Specifically, capsaicin occurs in fruits and plants of the capsaicin. Okay, well, there's a definition. And capsaicin in chili peppers is measured on the Scoville scale. Okay, I'm going to copy that because that's useful information to have. And I'm copying this not so I can just add it directly to my article. I'm copying this so I can use it as a source of research where I can actually put everything into my own words. And let's just have a little bit further down here. The white membranes inside the pepper contain more capsaicin. Peppers don't. And stimulates the production of endorphins, which is why people sometimes have a state of euphoria. And then this next bit is also good. It does say that it's soluble in alcohol. It is actually soluble. I don't know about soluble in alcohol. I know it's soluble in fats. Drinking beer isn't actually a very good thing. You should drink something like milk or yogurt. But anyway, we'll copy that a little further down. Okay, so I finished with that page. If I go back and I have a look at my notes now, you can see that my notes are filling out for this particular section. All I'm going to do is I'm going to go through these other pages. I'm going to make notes or copy the notes from these pages as well, and any information that's on these pages that I haven't already got in my notes, I will add them the same way as I just have, and then I'll come back once I've got those notes ready. Okay, that's just taken a couple of minutes and I've now got all the information I want. So I've clicked the button here to stop grabbing so that we don't grab any more things that are copied to the clipboard. And as you can see, I've got quite a bit of notes on just the starting section of my article. A lot of that is this section here, which is basically a table that hasn't come out formatted very well, but I can easily just fix that with a little bit of editing. It's basically a table of Scoville units for the particular pepper or compound. Scoville units are used to measure the heat of chilies. So pure capsaicin, it says here, is 15 to 16 million on the Scoville scale. And if we go down the list, we can see here that Tabasco sauce is 5,000 to 15,000 Scoville units. I know just from an interest in this that some of the hottest chilies in the world are round about 1 million Scoville units now. They've been breeding them hotter and hotter, but anyway, that's just a table which I can also use in my introduction. Okay, that's the notes. The next section, the next thing I'm going to do is to write that particular section of the article. I'm going to leave the notes for the other sections for another time.